So traditional Xiaomi packaging, nothing new here. We've seen this before with other Xiaomi devices. To the back, as always, we've got a quick little bunch of specs. So 16 gig variant, there's also a 64 gig variant available, 5.7 inch IPS display, 2900 milliamp hour battery, Android 4.4 KitKat. So let's go ahead, open it up. And here is the Xiaomi Mi Note. So let's set that aside. What else do we have here? We've got a wall adapter and we've got a USB cable, micro USB cable. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, we have some booklets, but since this is imported from China, from xiaomiworld.com, it's gonna all be in Chinese. There's also a little SIM ejector pin here. So let's go ahead, put these things aside and get to the Xiaomi Mi Note itself. So here's the Mi Note. Let's go ahead, peel off the protective cover right from the front and back, and the one for the camera as well. So there you go, guys. So to the left we've got the SIM card tray, and this time around we've got a dual SIM solution for the first time in a Mi product. I've not used the Mi device before, the Mi 3, so I'm not sure if any of those came with dual SIM variants, but generally Xiaomi's mid and low end offerings, the Redmi Notes, they have dual SIM variants, or rather they do support dual SIMs, but the flagship Mi line, the Mi 3, Mi 4 have been single SIM only, but this time around that's a nano and a micro SIM, so that's pretty sweet for those who like using two SIMs. And basically this is a blown up Mi 4 with a few differences. The differences here, for one, the rear camera has optical image stabilization built in, and this is an all new design. Generally Xiaomi designs are either generic or they feel inspired by a certain fruity company, but not this time. This time this is something that's uniquely Xiaomi. We've got glass to the back, this is 3D curved glass, and to the front we've got 2.5D glass, similar to the slight curves around the edges, similar to what we've seen with the Galaxy Note 4. The sides are still made out of metal. It's 6.95 millimeters thick. All that's fine. Let's go ahead, put this up. And one thing that I did once I saw the presentation, I did do a video talking about my thoughts after the coming out of the launch event. And one thing that I was a little wary of was the battery life, 2900 milliamp hour for a 5.7 inch display. Basically this is, like I said, a blown up Mi 4. So it still has a Snapdragon 801 chip inside. That's 4 Crate 400 cores clocked at 2.5 gigahertz each, coupled with an Adreno 330 GPU and 3 gigs of RAM. So there you go, guys. I just finished running through setup, and this is the Mi Note. So that's the single-handed mode that was recently added to MIUI 6. And we've got settings and about phone. There you go, Android 4.4.4, KitKat, and MIUI 6. So physically, like I said, that's the micro and nano SIM card slot here. Up top, we've got a secondary noise cancelling microphone, the 3.5mm headphone jack, and to the right, we've got the volume rockers, the power button, feel tactile. To the bottom, we've got the speaker, micro USB port, and that's it. Another difference from the Mi 4 is that this time around we've got a 4 megapixel camera with larger pixels, 2 micron sized pixels. So that's similar to the camera that is found in the back of the HTC One M7 and the M8. So okay, yes. So that should, in theory, get you better selfies, at least in low light. So seems good to start with. And the other way around, this is the 13 megapixel camera, Sony IMX214, sensor, dual tone LED flash, sits flush, no protrusion, with optical image stabilization this time around. So initially looks good. I did get to spend a few minutes, I guess, with this phone when the Mi 4 was launched. Hugo Barra did have one, and it did feel good. The sounds, the speaker output seems loud. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead, install Google Apps onto this, and then pop my SIM card in, and I'm gonna use this phone for a bit, and I'm gonna come out with a full review. Yes, I know I've got quite a few reviews backed up, but I'm gonna make this one a priority because I'm kinda